In the stillness of a primordial night, where mountains claw at the heavens and rivers carve their secrets into the earth, the sky unfolds its ancient tapestry. Stars, like scattered embers, flicker against the infinite dark. Their light, a fragile bridge between the now and the eternal. Above a jagged horizon, where peaks stand as sentinels and valleys cradle the whispers of forgotten waters, a faint constellation emerges. Its stars are not the boldest, nor its form the most radiant, yet it commands a quiet reverence. This is Capricornus, the sea goat, a celestial enigma woven from the threads of earth and ocean, of ascent and descent, of the mortal and the divine. Capricornus does not blaze like Orion's belt or dazzle like the Pleiades. Its light is subdued, its presence almost elusive, as though it chooses to linger in the shadows of brighter luminaries. Yet, for millennia, this constellation has held humanity's gaze, its dim stars tracing a form that defies easy definition. Half goat, half fish, a creature of paradox. The goat, relentless in its climb, perches on cliffs where the air grows thin and the world falls away. The fish, ever elusive, slips into the abyssal depths where light dares not follow. Together, they embody a tension, a dialogue between the heights and the deeps, between the striving of life and the surrender to mystery. This is no mere cluster of stars. Capricornus is a cosmic mediator, a silent arbiter of the forces that shape existence. Its form speaks of balance, of the eternal negotiation between the grounded and the transcendent, between the earth that anchors us and the heavens that beckon. Across cultures and epochs, humanity has looked to this patch of sky and seen not just stars, but stories of gods and survival, of transformation and truth. In its faint glow, civilizations have glimpsed the contours of their own questions, their own yearnings, their own place in the vastness of the cosmos, in the cradle of ancient Mesopotamia, where the Tigris and Euphrates wove life through a sun-scorched land. Priests stood beneath the night sky, their eyes tracing the stars of Capricornus. To them, it was Enki, the god of wisdom and water, whose dual nature, creator and sustainer, earthly and divine, mirrored the constellations' form. Enki was the bringer of fertility, the one who tamed the chaotic waters to nourish the fields, yet also the keeper of mysteries, his gaze fixed on realms beyond mortal reach. The sea goat, with its cloven hooves and sinuous tail, became a symbol of survival, of the delicate balance between order and chaos that sustained life in a world of floods and droughts. Under Capricornus' watchful stars, the Mesopotamians built their ziggurats, earthly mountains reaching for the divine. As if to join the conversation the constellation had begun. Centuries later, in the shadow of Greece's rugged peaks, poets and philosophers wove their own tales around this celestial figure. They saw Pan, the wild god of shepherds and forests, fleeing the monstrous Typhon. In his desperation, Pan leaped into the Nile, his lower half transforming into a fish's tail, his upper half retaining the stubborn form of a goat. Thus, Capricornus was born a creature of escape and transformation, a testament to the instinct to survive and the will to transcend. The Greeks, ever attuned to the interplay of fate and freedom, saw in the sea-goat a reflection of their own struggles, the climb toward wisdom, the plunge into the unknown, the eternal dance between the two, across continents and cultures. From the shores of the Indus to the steppes of Central Asia, Capricornus has been a quiet constant. Its stars, though faint, have carried the weight of human imagination. In its form, some saw the duality of existence, the material and the spiritual, the known and the unknowable. Others saw a map of the soul's journey, a reminder that to rise, one must also descend. To understand the heavens, one must first know the earth. The constellation became a canvas for humanity's deepest questions. Its muted light, a mirror for the mind's restless search for meaning. Picture a desert night, the air sharp with cold, the stars piercing the velvet dark. A lone observer stands, head tilted toward the sky, tracing the faint outline of Capricornus. The mountains loom behind, their silhouettes like the jagged spine of the earth itself. The rivers below murmur secrets older than stone. In this moment, the constellation is more than a pattern of stars, is a question, a challenge, a whisper from the cosmos. What is the dialogue between heaven and earth? How does the finite speak to the infinite? The observer, like countless others before, feels the weight of that question, feels the pull of a mystery that Capricornus has carried for millennia. This constellation, modest in its radiance, sits at the crossroads of astronomy and myth, of science and story. Its stars, catalogued by modern telescopes as part of the ecliptic, trace a path through the Zodiac, a region where the sun, moon, and planets dance their ancient orbits. Astronomers know Capricornus as a constellation of modest size. Its brightest star, Delta Capricorni, a mere whisper of light at magnitude 2.8. Yet its position in the sky, nestled between Sagittarius and Aquarius, places it in a celestial crossroads, a place where the stories of gods and the measurements of science converge. The Hubble Space Telescope has peered into this region, revealing distant galaxies and nebulae, hints of cosmic processes that stretch back to the universe's infancy. Could Capricornus in its quiet corner of the sky, conceal truths about the origins of stars, the formation of worlds, or even the conditions that sparked life itself. The metaphor deepens. Just as the goat climbs and the fish dives, so too does humanity strive to understand the cosmos while plumbing the depths of its own existence. The stars of Capricornus, faint though they are, have witnessed the birth of galaxies, the collapse of suns, the slow churn of cosmic evolution. They have seen the earth take shape, its molten crust cooling into continents, its oceans cradling the first sparks of life. And they have seen humanity rise, its eyes ever turned upward, seeking answers in the same stars that have guided shepherds, priests, and philosophers. Yet the question remains, as it has for millennia: is Capricornus merely a myth, a story humans have told themselves to make sense of the night? Or does its patch of sky, unassuming yet enduring, hold secrets that science has yet to unravel? The constellations, stars scattered across the ecliptic, are part of a universe that is 13.8 billion years old, a cosmos of black holes, supernova, and dark energy. Could they mark a place where the laws of physics, the chemistry of life, and the poetry of existence intersect? The tension is palpable, like a breath held in the dark. Capricornus, the sea goat, stands as a sentinel, its faint light a challenge to probe deeper, to ask whether the heavens and the earth are truly separate, or whether they speak in a language we are only beginning to understand as the camera pulls back. The mountains fade into shadow, the rivers glint under starlight, and Capricornus hangs above, eternal and enigmatic. Its stars, though dim, burn with questions that have haunted humanity since it first looked skyward. The cosmic mediator, the sea goat, invites us to listen to the dialogue between the finite and the infinite, between the earth that holds us and the heavens that call us. In its quiet presence, there lies a mystery, a truth waiting to be uncovered, a story that stretches from the dawn of time to the edge of forever. In the vast, unyielding expanse of the night sky, where stars whisper secrets across millennia, the constellation of Capricornus emerges like a spectral apparition from the depths of human memory. Faint and elusive, its stars form a crooked arrowhead, a hybrid form suspended between earth and sea, goat and fish entwined in eternal ambiguity. This is the discovery phase, the dawn of recognition, when ancient eyes first traced its outline against the velvet void, weaving myth and observation into a tapestry that would endure through the ages. Here, in the cradle of civilization, the heavens were not mere decoration, but a profound dialogue with the cosmos, reflecting the rhythms of life below, long before the clamor of empires rose and fell. In the fertile plains between the Tigris and Euphrates, the Babylonians gazed upward with a reverence born of necessity. Their world was one of clay tablets etched with cuneiform, of ziggurats reaching toward the divine, where the movements of the stars dictated the planting of seeds and the flooding of fields. To them, Capricornus was no arbitrary pattern, but Suhermashu, the goatfish, a creature of profound duality. Its foreparts rose as a sturdy goat, symbol of the rugged mountains and the unyielding earth, while its tail dissolved into the sinuous form of a fish, evoking the life-giving waters that sustain their existence. This hybrid was not whimsy. It mirrored the unpredictable fusion of land and river, where drought could give way to deluge in a heartbeat. Suhamashu was inextricably linked to Enki, the god of water and wisdom, whose domain encompassed the subterranean abyss of the Apsu, the freshwater ocean from which all creation sprang. Enki, with his flowing beard and horns curling like the goat's, was the architect of order from chaos, the one who tamed the wild rivers and bestowed knowledge upon humanity. In the Babylonian cosmos, Capricornus marked the winter solstice, that pivotal moment when the sun, having descended to its lowest point, began its slow ascent, promising renewal. Imagine the priests atop their temple towers, their robes whispering in the chill wind, as they observed the goatfish rising in the southern sky. It was a sign from Enki himself, a celestial omen that the waters would recede and fertility return. The stars of Capricornus, though dim, held a luminous significance. They were the god's emissary, bridging the earthly and the divine. In this era, astronomy was not detached science, but a sacred art, where the faint glimmer of Deneb al-Jadid, the tail star-voked the shimmering scales of a fish emerging from the depths, a metaphor for wisdom surfacing from hidden realms as the rivers of time flowed westward. Across deserts and seas, the essence of this constellation seeped into the sands of Egypt, where the Nile's annual inundation dictated the pulse of life. Here, the stars were woven into a calendar of rebirth, their positions heralding the floodwaters that transformed arid land into verdant paradise. Though the Egyptians did not name Capricornus as such, their zodiacal system divided into decans, those 36 stellar groups rising every 10 days code, similar themes of fertility and cyclical renewal. The Nile itself was deified, its god Hapi embodying the fertilizing surge that mirrored the goatfish's aquatic tail. Associations with Capricorns attribute subservience, passion, intelligence lined with the river's role in unifying the land, fostering trade, and ensuring abundance. Picture the scene along the Nile's banks. Priests of Thebes, their eyes fixed on the horizon at dawn, noting the heliacal rising of stars that signaled the coming flood. The constellation's faint outline, visible in the pre-dawn twilight, became a subtle harbinger, its goat-like resilience symbolizing the land's endurance through dry spells, while the fish evoked the transformative power of water. Speculatively, one might envision how these observations encoded credible interpretations of seasonal mechanics, the tilt of the earth subtly influencing the river's rhythm, though the ancients perceived it through divine lens. The Nile's cycles were tied to the solstice markers, where the sun's path intersected with stellar patterns, ensuring the black silt deposited by floods would nourish crops. In petroglyphs etched along the river's edge, figures akin to the goatfish appeared, perhaps remnants of shared Mesopotamian influences, whispering of a cosmic fertility that sustained empires. This was a philosophy of harmony, where the stars and the river danced in eternal tandem, reflecting on humanity's fragile dependence on nature's whims. Further across the Mediterranean, in the olive groves and marble temples of Greece, the constellation assumed a narrative of peril and metamorphosis. Here, Capricornus was the sea-goat born from the chaos of mythic strife. The god Pan, wild and untamed, with his goat's legs and horns, roamed the forests as the embodiment of nature's raw vitality. But when the monstrous Typhon, a colossal serpent dragon spawned by Gaia to challenge the Olympians, leashed his fury, even the gods fled in terror. Typhon, with his 100 heads spewing fire and his body coiling like endless storms, represented the primal forces that could unravel creation itself. In a moment of desperate ingenuity, Pan dove into the Nile's waters, transforming his lower half into a fish to evade the beast, while his upper body retained the goat's form, a hybrid born of survival's necessity. This partial metamorphosis, frozen in the stars, symbolized the adaptability of life amid catastrophe, a philosophical musing on duality and resilience. The Greeks saw in Capricornus not just a tale of escape, but a deeper allegory. The blending of terrestrial and aquatic realms mirrored the human condition, caught between instinct and intellect, earthbound, yet aspiring to fluidity. Suspense builds in the retelling the gods scattered. Zeus himself, crippled by Typhon's sinews, only restored by Pan's aid, culminating in victory, with the sea-goat exalted in the heavens as a reward, its faint stars, like distant echoes of that ancient flight, invite reflection on how myths encode astronomical truths. The constellation's position marking the sun's nadir, a turning point in the cosmic drama as empires waned and knowledge migrated. Capricornus found its place in the rigorous catalogues of science. In the 2nd century, under the clear skies of Alexandria, Claudius Ptolemy compiled the Almagest, a monumental synthesis of celestial observations. This treatise, drawing from Babylonian and Greek predecessors, listed Capricornus among 48 constellations. Its stars meticulously charted with positions and magnitudes. Ptolemy's work was no mere inventory. It modeled the universe as geocentric spheres, with the stars fixed on the outermost layer, their movements governed by mathematical precision. Capricornus, with its dim luminaries like Alpha Capricornia, binary pair appearing as one to the naked eye, became a fixture in this ordered cosmos, a testament to human endeavor to map the infinite. Yet, the Almagest's survival was a saga of preservation, a quiet suspense unfolding through centuries of turmoil. As the Roman world crumbled, the text endured in Arabic translations, rendered in the 9th century by scholars in Baghdad's House of Wisdom. Figures like Al-Sufay revised and expanded it, adding observations of new stars and critiquing Ptolemy's data, ensuring the goatfish's outline persisted. From there, it crossed to Europe via Latin versions in the 12th century, fueling the Renaissance revival. Imagine the dimly lit scriptoria of medieval monasteries, where monks copied manuscripts by candlelight, or the bustling courts of Toledo, where Christian, Muslim, and Jewish scholars collaborated. Capricornus, once a mythic emblem, now anchored astronomical maps, its form reproduced in illuminated atlases, a bridge between ancient wonder and emerging empiricism. In the medieval and Renaissance eras, Capricornus deepened its ties to the solstice, becoming a symbol of the year's profound turning. The winter solstice, when the sun reaches its southernmost point along the ecliptic, aligns with the Tropic of Capricorn, named for the constellation's historical position at that juncture 2 millennia ago. This was the moment of deepest shadow, the longest night, where the Earth, tilted at 23.5 degrees on its axis, presented its northern hemisphere away from the sun's warmth. The tilt, a subtle obliquity caused by ancient cosmic collisions, orchestrates the dialogue of seasons, summer's abundance yielding to winter's introspection. A cycle of death and rebirth mirrored in Capricornus's faint stars. Renaissance astronomers, armed with Ptolemy's legacy, pondered this axial inclination, speculating on its role in the grand machinery of the heavens. Copernicus and his successors would later refine these ideas. But in the interim, Capricornus stood as a marker of celestial mechanics, its dim glow a philosophical prompt. The star's faintness, none brighter than 3rd magnitude, evoked humility. Like the Earth's tilt, invisible yet transformative, Capricornus whispered of balance, the goat's earthbound stability countering the fish's fluid adaptability, seasons turning in eternal conversation. In this, one finds a mysterious reflection the constellations form. Arched across the sky, parallels the ecliptic's curve, influenced by that same tilt, inviting contemplation on humanity's place in an indifferent universe. Thus, from Babylonian clay to Renaissance vellum, Capricornus evolves not as myth alone, but as a sentinel of deeper realities. Its discovery phase reveals layers of human insight, where stars encode the tilt of worlds, the flight of rivers, the flight from monsters. In its faint light lies a philosophical enigma, a hybrid survivor, marking the solstice's pivot, urging reflection on cycles that bind us all. The night sky, ever watchful, holds these secrets, waiting for eyes to trace them anew. In the hushed veil of the southern sky, where the stars of Capricornus flicker like forgotten embers in a vast, indifferent hearth, a subtle drama unfolds. This constellation, often overlooked amid the bolder spectacles of the Zodiac, stretches its faint outline across the celestial canvas, humble arrowhead of light, pointing not to glory, but to the profound enigmas woven into the fabric of existence. Here, beneath this dim glow, the universe reveals its startling truths, not in thunderous proclamations, but in whispers that echo through eons. Galaxies spiral in silent communion. Stars pulse with rhythmic secrets, and distant worlds orbit in defiance of ancient assumptions, all conspiring to mirror a myth as old as human wonder. The dialogue between the realms, above and below, where transformation bridges the chasm of separation. Consider first the distant spirals, those colossal whirlpools of matter that dwell within Capricornus's gaze. Among them lies a barred spiral galaxy, a majestic structure some 120 million light-years distant, where arms of stars and gas extend like the tentacles of some cosmic leviathan, grasping at the void. This galaxy, with its central bar of luminous matter acting as a gravitational spine, embodies the restless architecture of the cosmos. Its form is not static, but alive with motionless, slow, inexorable dance that stretches across cosmic time. Observations from telescopes peering into the depths reveal asymmetries in its disk, irregularities that speak of an ancient encounter. What was once perceived as a mere enhancement in its eastern arm has unveiled itself as a companion, a lenticular galaxy, compact and disk-like, locked in gravitational embrace. This pair, entwined in an advanced merger, illustrates the universe's penchant for collision and rebirth. As they draw nearer, tidal forces stir their gaseous realms, birthing new stars in brilliant bursts amid the chaos. Hydrogen gas, the raw essence of creation, bridges the space between them, forming ethereal tales that trail like whispers of forgotten conversations. In this interaction, matter communicates across the gulf gravity as the silent messenger, pulling and reshaping, forging novelty from disruption. One might envision the scene as a celestial forge, where the hammer of mutual attraction strikes sparks of starlight, illuminating the laws that govern the grand scale. Yet, this is no mere spectacle. It resonates with the speculative threads of cosmic evolution. Theorists ponder how such mergers accelerate the growth of supermassive black holes at their cores. Those enigmatic voids that devour and redistribute energy, perhaps seeding the conditions for future galaxies. In the quiet of Capricornus, this galactic duet serves as a laboratory, testing the boundaries of formation and fate, where the past's violence begets tomorrow's harmony. As the eye drifts closer, from the remote spirals to the nearer luminaries, the constellations' variable stars emerge as beacons of rhythmic intrigue. Foremost among them is the brightest jewel in Capricornus's crown star system, some 39 light-years from our vantage, shining with a steadiness that belies its inner turmoil. This is a binary dance where two stellar companions orbit in tight embrace. One, a white giant, swollen and radiant. The other, a subgiant companion, their paths eclipsing one another in a cycle that completes every day and a fraction. The system's light waxes and wanes, dimming as one body passes before the other, then brightening anew, a pulse that echoes the heartbeat of the cosmos itself. But the variability runs deeper, infused with the subtle oscillations known to astronomers as intrinsic pulsations. The primary star vibrates like a cosmic bell, its surface expanding and contracting in waves that alter its brightness by minute degrees. These shifts, occurring on scales of ours, blend chaos with rhythm, irregular tremors amid a predictable cadence, as if the star were breathing in response to unseen forces. Spectral analysis reveals the system's multiplicity. Faint companions linger at wider separations, gravitational ghosts that hint at a more complex family. Luminosity here outshines our own sun by more than eightfold, casting a warmth that, from afar, appears serene. Yet, in this serenity lies a profound mystery. How do such systems maintain their delicate balance? The eclipses speak of orbital precision, a gravitational dialogue where each partner's pull shapes the other's form, distorting spheres into teardrops during closest approach. Speculatively, one might reflect on the resilience of such unions, resilient against the entropy that seeks to unravel all things, persisting through millennia as testaments to the universe's ordered unpredictability. In this stellar rhythm, echoes of ancient myths begin to surface. The constellations form that of the sea god creature, half terrestrial, half aquatics, symbolizes a bridge between disparate worlds. In Greek lore, it recalls the god Pan, who, fleeing the monstrous typhon, plunged into the Nile, his lower half transforming into a fish's tail, while his upper retained the goat's sturdy form. This hybrid essence captures a dialogue, the earthbound striving toward the ethereal, the depths conversing with the heights. Babylonian antecedents trace it further to Ea, the god of waters and wisdom, emerging from the abyss to impart knowledge to humanity, a conduit between the subterranean and the celestial. In the variable stars pulsing, one discerns a modern resonance. The stars' components, locked in eternal exchange, transform light and energy, much as the myth's figure mediates between realms. Chaos in the pulsations mirrors the panic of flight. Rhythm in the eclipses evokes the harmonious resolution. Here, in Capricornus, astronomy revives the myth, not as superstition, but as a poetic lens through which to view the stars' own transformations, venturing further into the constellations domain. The narrative turns to the exoplanets' worlds orbiting stars within this faint patch, challenging the very foundations of how planets come to be. Consider a star in southern Capricornus, a sun-like beacon some 160 light-years distant, around which circles a super-Earth, a rocky giant denser than our own world, accompanied by a Neptune-like sibling farther out, discovered through the subtle wobbles induced in their host star's motion. These planets defy easy categorization. The inner one, hugging its star in a tight orbit, endures temperatures that would melt lead, its atmosphere, perhaps, a shroud of vaporized rock, while the outer drifts in a cooler realm, potentially harboring thick envelopes of gas and ice. Elsewhere in a constellation, another system unfolds, a star hosting a super Jupiter, a gas behemoth many times our own giant's mass, whipping around its host in a mere few years. Radial velocity measurements, refined by space telescopes, reveal this world's eccentric path, a stretched ellipse that brings it perilously close before flinging it afar. Such configurations append traditional models of planetary birth, where gas giants are thought to coalesce in the frigid outskirts of protoplanetary disks, only to migrate inward through gravitational interactions. In Capricornus, these worlds suggest alternative narratives, perhaps dynamical upheavals, where sibling planets scatter one another, or the influence of binary companions reshaping the disk's architecture. Speculatively, one imagines these exoplanets as emissaries of possibility rocky cores battered by stellar winds, or gaseous envelopes stripped bare, evolving in ways that echo the myth's transformative leap. Do they harbor conditions for life, these distant orbs? Atmospheric probes hint at exotic chemistries, where heavy elements forged in stellar furnaces rain down as metallic storms, fostering environments alien yet conceivable. The constellation teems with such discoveries, each a thread in the tapestry of emergence. Transiting surveys have unveiled hot Jupiters in other Capricornus stars, their shadows dimming stellar light in predictable rhythms, revealing radii and densities that puzzle theorists. Why do some inflate like bloated balloons, their atmospheres puffed by intense radiation? Gravitational dialogues again, the stars' magnetic fields entwining with the planets, channeling energy that heats and expands. In these systems, planetary formation appears less a solitary act than a conversation disks of dust and gas, responding to stellar births. The unsettling aspect lies in their defiance. Worlds that should not exist by older paradigms, yet persist, embodying the universe's capacity for surprise. As telescopes like those orbiting Earth accumulate data, patterns emerge, statistical distributions suggesting that our solar system's arrangement is but one variant in a symphony of possibilities, where gravity orchestrates the improbable into being. Tying these elements, galaxies in merger, stars in pulsation, planets in defiance, back to the myth, the shock deepens. Capricornus's legend, that of a being forged in crisis, half of earth and half of sea, finds uncanny parallel in these astronomical revelations. The sea goat's duality mirrors the binary stars' eclipse, where to become one in shadowed union. Its transformation echoes the galactic collision, where separate entities merge into greater wholes. Its emergence from depths resonates with planets coalescing from primordial chaos. This is the dialogue between heaven and earth, not mere folklore, but a prescient intuition of cosmic processes. Matter converses through gravity's pull, time through the slow unraveling of orbit, energy through the pulses that light the void. In ancient skies, observers discerned patterns that modern instruments quantify. Yet, the mystery endures. Why does this faint constellation, overlooked by casual gazes, harbor such laboratories? Philosophically, one pauses to reflect on the implications. In an era where the night sky competes with artificial glare, Capricornus reminds us of the value in subtlety. Its faint light, barely piercing the dome, conceals truths that dwarf human endeavors, mergers that span millions of years, pulsations that mark the passage of days, worlds that challenge the hubris of our theories. Here, the universe communicates its laws not in isolation, but through interplay, where chaos begets order, destruction fosters creation. Speculatively, might these phenomena hint at broader connections, galaxies colliding as metaphors for cultural convergences. Stars pulsing as reminders of life's rhythms, exoplanets as invitations to ponder other existences. The unsettling realization dawns. This overlooked patch is no periphery, but a microcosm of the cosmos's grand narrative, where the dialogue between forces shapes all that is as the narration lingers on this celestial stage. The mind wanders through the implications of such hidden depths. The barred spirals arms, laden with newborn stars, speak to renewal amid turmoil process observed in countless galaxies, yet uniquely vivid here. Infrared eyes pierce the dust, revealing nurseries where protostars ignite, their cries silent bursts of light. In the merger's wake, shockwaves compress gas clouds, accelerating star formation in a cascade that illuminates the void. One envisions the scene as a slow-motion tempest, where gravitational winds sculpt matter into elegance. The companion's lenticular form, a relic of stripped spirals, its stars redistributed in the grand exchange. This is communication at the galactic scale, elements forged in stellar hearts, scattered by supernova, reassembled in new forges. Time stretches these events into eternity, yet, from our fleeting perspective, they appear frozen. Snapshots of an ongoing symphony, shifting to the variable star, the immersion deepens. Its eclipses, precise as clockwork, dim the light by a fraction, a subtle wink that instruments detect with unerring accuracy. The primary's pulsations, akin to seismic waves on a stellar scale, arise from instabilities in its core, where helium fuses in rhythmic bursts. This delta-like variability overlays the binary's dance, creating a light curve of layered complexity peaks and troughs that astronomers decode like ancient scripts. Companions at wider orbits add gravitational nuances, their tugs perturbing the central pair, perhaps stabilizing or destabilizing over epochs. In this system, chaos and rhythm entwined. The unpredictable swells amid the orbital cadence, mirroring life's own blend of certainty and surprise. Philosophically, it evokes reflection on duality, how unity emerges from multiplicity, transformation from stasis. The myth's sea-goat, born of panic's alchemy, finds echo in this stellar metamorphosis, where light itself becomes the medium of exchange. The exoplanets, in turn, expand the canvas. Around the sun-like star in Capricornus, the super-Earth's orbit, completed in weeks, exposes it to stellar flares that erode its envelope, perhaps leaving a barren core scarred by radiation. Its Neptune kin, farther out, might retain volatiles, icy mantles concealing subsurface oceans, a speculative haven where chemistry dances on the edge of biology. In another system, the super Jupiter's eccentricity suggests a history of scattering, where gravitational slingshots ejected rivals, reshaping the architecture. Such dynamics challenge the nebular hypothesis, prompting revisions. Disks perturbed by migrating giants or external influences from passing stars. Transit observations reveal atmospheric compositions, sodium vapors, water haze hinting at weather systems of silicate clouds and iron rain. These worlds, invisible to the naked eye, embody emergence from dust to spheres. Gravity's patient hand molding chaos into order. The myth's dialogue resurfaces, transforming raw elements into potential abodes. Weaving these strands, the core mystery crystallizes. Capricornus, faint and unassuming, harbors these cosmic laboratories, where matter, gravity, and time converse in eternal flux. Galaxies merge, redistributing mass across light years. Stars pulse, exchanging energy in binary bonds. Planets form, defying models through dynamical discourse. The myth, ancient and intuitive, anticipates this. The sea goat, as symbol of hybrid vigor, bridging earth and heaven in transformative grace. In reflection, one senses the universe's philosophical undertone, reminder that profundity often hides in the overlooked. That dialogue underlies all existence, as the faint lights of Capricornus wheel overhead. They invite contemplation in this overlooked corner. The laws of creation unfold, whispering secrets of connection across the abyss. Yet, the immersion does not end. It deepens with each layer unveiled. In the galaxy's merger, detailed mappings show hydrogen bridges spanning tens of thousands of light years. Ethereal filaments where new stars kindle like fireflies in twilight. The lenticular companion, once mistaken for an arm's bulge, reveals its own hysteria. Galaxy stripped of gas by ram pressure, its stars aging in quiet isolation. This interaction, observed in ultraviolet and radio waves, highlights feedback loops. Supernova from bursty star formation inject energy, regulating further births. Speculatively, such events may enrich intergalactic mediums, seeding distant realms with heavy elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, that form the building blocks of worlds. Here, time acts as sculptor, gravity as chisel, matter as clay. In a dialogue that spans the observable universe, the variable star's narrative, too, unfolds in nuance. Its eclipses, lasting hours, allow precise measurements of radii and masses, revealing the primary as evolved, its helium core contracting while outer layers expand. The pulsations, multi-periodic, suggest internal modes resonating like harmonics in a vast instrument, probing stellar interiors inaccessible otherwise. Faint companions, separated by arcs that translate to astronomical units, imply a hierarchical system stability forged through resonance, where orbits align in mathematical elegance. Chaos emerges in subtle timing variations, perhaps from magnetic activity cycles, spots darkening the surface in unpredictable patterns. This rhythm, echoing biological cycles, prompts philosophical musing. Are stars alive in their way, responding to internal dialogues, transforming fuel into light as we convert sustenance to thought? Exoplanets add vivid detail to the tapestry. The super-Earth, its density inferred from velocity wobbles, suggests an iron-rich core forged in high-energy collisions during formation. Atmospheric escape, driven by stellar winds, might create cometary tails of ionized gas, visible in spectroscopic lines of planet, shedding its skin in evolutionary molt. The Neptune analog, with potential rings or moons, speculatively harbors cryovolcanism, geysers spewing methane into space. In the super-Jupiter system, migration theories posit disk torques, gravitational wakes plowing paths inward, challenging core accretion models. Atmospheric probes detect inversions, hotter upper layers from absorbed starlight, fostering winds faster than sound. These worlds, in their diversity, embody defiance against entropy, against isolation, conversing with their stars through tides and radiation. Ultimately, the shock resides in synthesis. Capricornus's myth of dialogue and transformation finds scientific echo in these phenomenal mergers as heavenly unions. Pulsations as earthly rhythms, formations as emergent bridges. The faint sky, a cosmic laboratory, reveals the interconnectedness of all. Matters whispers across voids. Gravity's timeless pull, time's reflective mirror. In this mystery, humanity glimpses its place not as center, but as witness to the grand conversation. In the vast cathedral of the cosmos, where stars burn as candles against the eternal night, the constellation Capricornus emerges not merely as a pattern of light, but as a cipher, a celestial manuscript inscribed with the secrets of creation. Its stars scattered like fragments of a shattered myth, pulse with stories of stellar birth, planetary wanderings, and the silent choreography of galaxies. Among these, Deneb al-Judi, the tail of the sea-goat, flickers as a beacon, its shifting brightness a rhythm that echoes the heartbeat of the universe itself. Beyond its delicate glow, the deeper truths of Capricornus unfolds tales of worlds forged in chaos, of galaxies entwined in cosmic dances, and of Earth's own quiet dialogue with the heavens. This is not a constellation of mere mythology, but a window into the mechanics of existence, where the laws of physics weave narratives of order and upheaval across eons. The pulse of Deneb, Algi de Deneb, Algidi, the brightest jewel in Capricornus is no solitary star, but a system of multiple suns, bound in a gravitational waltz that defies the simplicity of singular light. Its primary star, a white giant nearing the twilight of its life, pulses with subtle variations, its brightness shifting as though whispering secrets to those who watch. Observations from NASA's Kepler mission reveal these fluctuations are no mere whims. They are the result of stellar oscillations, vibrations that ripple through the star's core like the tolling of a cosmic bell. These pulsations, measured with exquisite precision, offer astronomers a glimpse into the star's interior, revealing its density, composition, and age. Deneb Al-Jadid is a star in transition, its hydrogen fuel dwindling, its core contracting as it prepares to shed its outer layers into the void. In its companions, smaller stars orbiting in delicate balance, the system mirrors the cycles of creation and destruction that define the universe. Yet, Deneb Al-Jadid is more than a stellar metronome. Its shifting light, a beacon visible across 39 light-years, has long been a symbol of rhythm and renewal. Ancient astronomers, gazing from the deserts of Mesopotamia, saw in its flicker the cadence of seasons, the eternal return of solstices and equinoxes. To them, it was a celestial marker, tying the heavens to the earthly cycles of flood and harvest. Modern science, however, unveils a deeper truth. Deneb Al-Jadid's variability is a testament to the relentless march of stellar evolution, a reminder that even stars, those seemingly eternal fires, are bound by the laws of time. As its light reaches Earth, it carries a message from a distant past, a snapshot of a star caught in the act of becoming something new, white dwarf, perhaps, glowing faintly in the cosmic dusk, whirls in the crucible. Beyond the stars of Capricornus lies a realm of unseen worlds, exoplanets orbiting distant suns in the constellation's faint embrace. The study of these systems, as catalogued by instruments like the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, TESS, reveals a tapestry of planetary formation as intricate as it is violent. In Capricornus, astronomers have identified systems where planets defy expectation, their orbits sculpted by the gravitational whims of their host stars. Some are gas giants, massive worlds that have migrated inward from their birthplaces in the frigid outer reaches of their systems, drawn by the relentless pull of stellar tides. Others are rocky worlds, scorched and barren, clinging to orbits so tight they complete a year in mere days. These planets, detected through the subtle dimming of their star's light, tell a story of survival in environments where chaos reigns. The formation of such worlds is a saga of cosmic alchemy. In the primordial disks of gas and dust surrounding young stars, particles collide and coalesce, building planetesimals that grow into worlds. Yet, in systems like those in Capricornus, this process is fraught with peril. The gravitational tug-of-war between multiple stars, as seen in systems akin to Deneb al-Judi, can destabilize these nascent orbits, flinging planets into the void or locking them into eccentric paths. Research from Arxiv papers on multi-star systems suggests that planets in such environments must navigate a gauntlet of dynamical instabilities. Their survival, a testament to the delicate balance between order and chaos. These worlds, forged in the crucible of stellar multiplicity, are not mere curiosities. They are evidence of the universe's capacity to create complexity from turbulence. Consider a hypothetical planet orbiting a star within Capricornus. Its surface, a molten sea under the glare of a binary sun. Its skies, streaked with the auroras of competing magnetic fields, would bear witness to the relentless interplay of forces that shaped it. Such a world, if it exists, would be a monument to resilience, its very presence a defiance of the odds. The study of these exoplanetary systems, still in its infancy, hints at a universe teeming with such world siege, a unique experiment in the art of creation. Each a question posed to the cosmos: what does it take to endure? The dance of galaxies beyond the stars and planets of Capricornus lies a deeper vista, one that stretches across billions of light years to the galaxies that lurk behind the constellations' faint outline. These are not static islands of light, but dynamic systems, their spiral arms twisting and merging in a cosmic ballet that spans eons. Observations from the Hubble Space Telescope and the James Webb Space Telescope reveal galaxies in Capricornus background locked in gravitational embraces, their forms distorted by tidal forces that pull stars and gas into bridges and tails. These mergers, violent yet graceful, are the engines of galactic evolution, transforming loose spirals into elliptical giants, birthing new stars in bursts of radiant fury. One such galaxy, catalogued in deep sky surveys, appears as a spiral caught in the act of collision, its arms stretched like tendrils reaching for a partner. This interaction, studied through simulations published in astrophysical journals, is a dialogue of chaos and order. As galaxies merge, their stars rarely collide. The vastness of space ensures their solitude, but their gas clouds do, collapsing under gravity to ignite new stellar nurseries. These mergers, observed in the distant reaches behind Capricornus, are not mere spectacles. They are the architects of the universe's large-scale structure, weaving filaments and walls of galaxies that span the cosmic web. To gaze upon these galaxies is to peer into the deep past, their light a time machine carrying images from billions of years ago. In their spiraling forms, one sees the echoes of the universe's youth, when matter first gathered under gravity's command. Yet, their interactions also speak to the future, a time when our own Milky Way will merge with Andromeda, reshaping both into something new. In Capricornus, this cosmic narrative unfolds with quiet majesty, a reminder that the universe is not a static painting, but a story still being written. The solstice and the axis Capricornus, for all its celestial grandeur, is tethered to Earth in a way that binds the heavens to the terrestrial. It is the constellation of the winter solstice, the moment when Earth's tilted axis leans farthest from the sun, plunging the northern hemisphere into its deepest night. This tilt, a mere 23.5 degrees, is the silent architect of seasons, a geometric quirk that shapes life itself. As ancient observers watched Capricornus rise during the solstice, they saw not just stars, but a celestial clock, marking the rhythm of Earth's journey around the sun. The Tropic of Capricorn, named for this constellation, traces the southernmost path of the sun's annual trek, a line etched in the mathematics of orbits and angles. This connection is more than symbolic. It is a conversation between Earth and the cosmos. The planet's axial tilt, stabilized by the moon's gravitational influence, ensures the regularity of seasons, a cycle that has cradled life for billions of years. Yet, this tilt is not eternal. Over millennia, Earth's axis wobbles like a spinning top, a process known as precession, shifting the stars that mark the solstices. In time, Capricornus will no longer herald the winter solstice. Another constellation will take its place. This slow drift, measured by astronomers over centuries, is a reminder of the impermanence of even the most enduring patterns, a cosmic lesson in the transience of all things. Capricornus, then, is more than a collection of stars or a backdrop for myths. It is a laboratory of cosmic processes, a canvas where the universe paints its deepest truths. The Neb Algidi's shifting light reveals the inner workings of stars, their lives measured in pulses and cycles. The exoplanets of Capricornus, forged in the chaos of multi-star systems, speak to the resilience of worlds born in adversity. The galaxies beyond, twisting and merging, embody the relentless creativity of the cosmos, where destruction begets new forms. And the solstice, marked by Capricornus' rise, ties the heavens to Earth, a reminder that even this small planet is part of a larger dialogue. To study Capricornus is to confront the universe's dual nature, its vastness and its intimacy, its chaos and its order. Each star, each planet, each galaxy is a thread in a tapestry that stretches beyond comprehension. Yet each is governed by laws as precise as a mathematician's proof. In this constellation, the universe reveals itself as both a mystery and a mechanism. A place where beauty and truth are one. As the stars of Capricornus gleam in the night, they invite a question as old as thought itself. What does it mean to exist in a cosmos that is both eternal and ever-changing? The answer, perhaps, lies not in words, but in the silent rhythms of the stars themselves, pulsing through the darkness, waiting for those who dare to listen. In the vast cathedral of the cosmos, where stars burn as candles against the eternal night, the constellation Capricornus emerges not merely as a pattern of light, but as a cipher, a celestial manuscript inscribed with the secrets of creation. Its stars scattered like fragments of a shattered myth, pulse with stories of stellar birth, planetary wanderings, and the silent choreography of galaxies. Among these, Deneb al-Judi, the tail of the sea-goat, flickers as a beacon. Its shifting brightness, a rhythm that echoes the heartbeat of the universe itself. Beyond its delicate glow, the deeper truths of Capricornus unfolds tales of worlds forged in chaos, of galaxies entwined in cosmic dances, and of Earth's own quiet dialogue with the heavens. This is not a constellation of mere mythology, but a window into the mechanics of existence, where the laws of physics weave narratives of order and upheaval across eons. The pulse of Deneb al-Judi, the brightest jewel in Capricornus, is no solitary star, but a system of multiple suns, bound in a gravitational waltz that defies the simplicity of singular light. Its primary star, a white giant nearing the twilight of its life, pulses with subtle variations, its brightness shifting as though whispering secrets to those who watch. Observations from NASA's Kepler mission reveal these fluctuations are no mere whims. They are the result of stellar oscillations, vibrations that ripple through the star's core like the tolling of a cosmic bell. These pulsations, measured with exquisite precision, offer astronomers a glimpse into the star's interior, revealing its density, composition, and age. Deneb al-Judi is a star in transition, its hydrogen fuel dwindling, its core contracting as it prepares to shed its outer layers into the void. In its companions, smaller stars orbiting in delicate balance, the system mirrors the cycles of creation and destruction that define the universe. Yet, Deneb al-Judi is more than a stellar metronome. Its shifting light, a beacon visible across 39 light-years, has long been a symbol of rhythm and renewal. Ancient astronomers, gazing from the deserts of Mesopotamia, saw in its flicker the cadence of seasons, the eternal return of solstices and equinoxes. To them, it was a celestial marker, tying the heavens to the earthly cycles of flood and harvest. Modern science, however, unveils a deeper truth. Deneb al-Judi's variability is a testament to the relentless march of stellar evolution. A reminder that even stars, those seemingly eternal fires, are bound by the laws of time. As its light reaches Earth, it carries a message from a distant past, a snapshot of a star caught in the act of becoming something new, white dwarf, perhaps, glowing faintly in the cosmic dusk, whirls in the crucible. Beyond the stars of Capricornus lies a realm of unseen worlds, exoplanets orbiting distant suns in the constellation's faint embrace. The study of these systems, as catalogued by instruments like the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, TESS, reveals a tapestry of planetary formation as intricate as it is violent. In Capricornus, astronomers have identified systems where planets defy expectation, their orbits sculpted by the gravitational whims of their host stars. Some are gas giants, massive worlds that have migrated inward from their birthplaces in the frigid outer reaches of their systems, drawn by the relentless pull of stellar tides. Others are rocky worlds, scorched and barren, clinging to orbits so tight they complete a year in mere days. These planets, detected through the subtle dimming of their star's light, tell a story of survival in environments where chaos reigns. The formation of such worlds is a saga of cosmic alchemy. In the primordial disks of gas and dust surrounding young stars, particles collide and coalesce, building planetesimals that grow into worlds. Yet, in systems like those in Capricornus, this process is fraught with peril. The gravitational tug-of-war between multiple stars, as seen in systems akin to Deneb al-Judi, can destabilize these nascent orbits, flinging planets into the void or locking them into eccentric paths. Research from Arxiv papers on multi-star systems suggests that planets in such environments must navigate a gauntlet of dynamical instabilities. Their survival, a testament to the delicate balance between order and chaos. These worlds, forged in the crucible of stellar multiplicity, are not mere curiosities. They are evidence of the universe's capacity to create complexity from turbulence. Consider a hypothetical planet orbiting a star within Capricornus. Its surface, a molten sea under the glare of a binary sun. Its skies, streaked with the auroras of competing magnetic fields, would bear witness to the relentless interplay of forces that shaped it. Such a world, if it exists, would be a monument to resilience, its very presence a defiance of the odds. The study of these exoplanetary systems, still in its infancy, hints at a universe teeming with such world siege, a unique experiment in the art of creation. Each a question posed to the cosmos: what does it take to endure? The dance of galaxies beyond the stars and planets of Capricornus lies a deeper vista, one that stretches across billions of light years to the galaxies that lurk behind the constellations' faint outline. These are not static islands of light, but dynamic systems. Their spiral arms twisting and merging in a cosmic ballet that spans eons. Observations from the Hubble Space Telescope and the James Webb Space Telescope reveal galaxies in Capricornus background locked in gravitational embraces. Their forms distorted by tidal forces that pull stars and gas into bridges and tails. These mergers, violent yet graceful, are the engines of galactic evolution, transforming loose spirals into elliptical giants, birthing new stars in bursts of radiant fury. One such galaxy, catalogued in deep sky surveys, appears as a spiral caught in the act of collision, its arms stretched like tendrils reaching for a partner. This interaction, studied through simulations published in astrophysical journals, is a dialogue of chaos and order. As galaxies merge, their stars rarely collide. The vastness of space ensures their solitude, but their gas clouds do, collapsing under gravity to ignite new stellar nurseries. These mergers, observed in the distant reaches behind Capricornus, are not mere spectacles. They are the architects of the universe's large-scale structure, weaving filaments and walls of galaxies that span the cosmic web. To gaze upon these galaxies is to peer into the deep past. Their light, a time machine carrying images from billions of years ago. In their spiraling forms, one sees the echoes of the universe's youth, when matter first gathered under gravity's command. Yet, their interactions also speak to the future, a time when our own Milky Way will merge with Andromeda, reshaping both into something new. In Capricornus, this cosmic narrative unfolds with quiet majesty, a reminder that the universe is not a static painting, but a story still being written. The solstice and the axis Capricornus, for all its celestial grandeur, is tethered to Earth in a way that binds the heavens to the terrestrial. It is the constellation of the winter solstice, the moment when Earth's tilted axis leans farthest from the sun, plunging the northern hemisphere into its deepest night. This tilt, a mere 23.5 degrees, is the silent architect of seasons, a geometric quirk that shapes life itself. As ancient observers watched Capricornus rise during the solstice, they saw not just stars, but a celestial clock, marking the rhythm of Earth's journey around the sun. The Tropic of Capricorn, named for this constellation, traces the southernmost path of the sun's annual trek, a line etched in the mathematics of orbits and angles. This connection is more than symbolic. It is a conversation between Earth and the cosmos. The planet's axial tilt, stabilized by the moon's gravitational influence, ensures the regularity of seasons, a cycle that has cradled life for billions of years. Yet, this tilt is not eternal. Over millennia, Earth's axis wobbles like a spinning top, a process known as precession, shifting the stars that mark the solstices. In time, Capricornus will no longer herald the winter solstice. Another constellation will take its place. This slow drift, measured by astronomers over centuries, is a reminder of the impermanence of even the most enduring patterns. A cosmic lesson in the transience of all things. Capricornus, then, is more than a collection of stars or a backdrop for myths. It is a laboratory of cosmic processes, a canvas where the universe paints its deepest truths. The Neb Algidi's shifting light reveals the inner workings of stars, their lives measured in pulses and cycles. The exoplanets of Capricornus, forged in the chaos of multi-star systems, speak to the resilience of worlds born in adversity. The galaxies beyond, twisting and merging, embody the relentless creativity of the cosmos, where destruction begets new forms. And the solstice, marked by Capricornus' rise, ties the heavens to earth, a reminder that even this small planet is part of a larger dialogue. To study Capricornus is to confront the universe's dual nature, its vastness and its intimacy, its chaos and its order. Each star, each planet, each galaxy is a thread in a tapestry that stretches beyond comprehension. Yet each is governed by laws as precise as a mathematician's proof. In this constellation, the universe reveals itself as both a mystery and a mechanism, a place where beauty and truth are one. As the stars of Capricornus gleam in the night, they invite a question as old as thought itself. What does it mean to exist in a cosmos that is both eternal and ever-changing? The answer, perhaps, lies not in words, but in the silent rhythms of the stars themselves, pulsing through the darkness, waiting for those who dare to listen. In the quiet expanse of the southern sky, where the stars of Capricornus trace the ancient form of a sea-goat half-creature of the earth, of wanderer, of the waves, the cosmos unfolds its deeper enigmas. What begins as a faint constellation, a mere outline against the velvet dark, transforms under the unyielding gaze of telescopes and time. Here, the deeper one looks, the more Capricornus emerges as a mirror of paradox, reflecting the universe's eternal dance between order and chaos, stability and flux. It is a realm where stars pulse with hidden rhythms, galaxies entwine in cataclysmic embraces, and distant worlds orbit in delicate defiance of gravitational tyranny. And yet, even as these revelations build, the very anchor that once bound this constellation to our earthly cycles, the winter solstice itself, slips away, carried by the inexorable tide of cosmic precession. In this escalation of mystery, Capricornus whispers of a dialogue between heaven and earth, that may drift, but perhaps endures in ways beyond our fleeting comprehension. Consider first the variable stars that inhabit this celestial domain, embodiments of instability woven into rhythmic patterns, like the heartbeat of a universe forever teetering on the edge of transformation. These are not the steady beacons of the night sky, but luminous entities that wax and wane, their brightness a testament to inner turmoil and cyclical renewal. Delta Capricorni, known as Deneb Algedi, stands as the brightest sentinel in Capricornus, a quadruple star system shimmering at a magnitude of 2.85, some 39 light-years distant. But beneath its apparent constancy lies a profound variability, an eclipsing binary where two stars orbit one another in a tight gravitational lock, their mutual passages dimming the light we receive by about 0.2 magnitudes every 24.5 hours. Imagine the Cena cosmic duet where one star, a white giant, pulses with delta Scuti type vibrations, its surface expanding and contracting in subtle waves, while its companion, perhaps a fainter dwarf, weaves in and out of view. This rhythm, so precise yet born of inherent instability, evokes the breath of an ancient sea creature rising and falling with the tides, a reminder that even the stars harbor secrets of change. Their light, a Morse code of stellar evolution, not far in the stellar tapestry. Alpha Capricornio, and another layer of this paradoxical mirror. This is not a single entity, but an optical double. Two unrelated stars, aligned by chance from our earthly vantage, with Alpha to Capricorni marking the northeast tip of the goat's horn. Alpha 2, a variable double star itself, flickers with irregularity, its magnitude shifting as it reveals the complexities of stellar atmospheres and binary interactions. Here, the light we perceive is a composite, a blend of luminosities that challenges our assumptions of solitude in the void. One component, a yellow giant, may swell and dim in response to internal pulsations, while its visual companion adds to the illusion of unity. In the grand narrative of Capricorni, Alpha Capricorni embodies the deception of appearance stable from afar, yet roiling with variability up close, much like the myths that birthed this constellation, where gods disguised themselves in hybrid forms to evade fate. Deeper still, Gamma Capricorni, or Nashira, adds its own enigmatic verse to this stellar symphony. Classified as an AM star, chemically peculiar entity, where metals like strontium and europium abound in its outer layers. This star exhibits variability tied to its rotation and magnetic fields. Its light, at magnitude 3.69, subtly modulates, a slow oscillation that speaks to the rhythmic instabilities inherent in stellar chemistry. Nishira's surface, enriched by diffusion processes where heavier elements rise while lighter ones sink, creates a star that defies standard models of equilibrium. It is as if the cosmos has painted this star with uneven strokes, its brightness ebbing and flowing like the currents of an unseen ocean, pulling heavier essences to the fore while burying others in depth. In Capricornus, such variables are not anomalies, but harbingers, illustrating how the universe maintains balance through perpetual motion, where instability begets the very rhythms that sustain stellar life. Zeta Capricorni, known as Yen, further deepens this theme of rhythmic paradox. A binary system where one component is a barium star enriched with heavy elements, transferred from a now evolved companion Zet, pulses with variability born of orbital dynamics and mass exchange. Its magnitude hovers around 3.74. But the system's interactions hint at past cataclysms, where one star shed its outer layers, infusing the other with exotic materials. This transfer, a slow gravitational waltz, mirrors the broader instabilities of Capricornus: creation through exchange, rhythm through disruption. As astronomers observe these fluctuations, they uncover timelines etched in light epics of stellar wind and accretion that challenge our notions of isolated existence. In the quiet cadence of these variables, Capricornus reveals a universe where change is the only constant. Each pulse, a philosophical echo of impermanence, inviting reflection on our own transient place amid the stars. Yet, as the lens widens beyond these stellar inhabitants, Capricornus unveils paradoxes on a grander scale, where entire galaxies collide in the depths behind its faint outline, embodying creation forged in the fires of destruction. Here, in the direction of this unassuming constellation, lies Hickson Compact Group 87, a quartet of galaxies locked in a gravitational ballet, some 400 million light-years away. This compact assembly, spanning a mere 170,000 light-years in diameter, is a cauldron of interaction where the gentle pull of gravity escalates into tidal upheavals, reshaping worlds on cosmic timescales. At its heart, HCG 87A, a peculiar lenticular galaxy of type SO, glows with an apparent magnitude of 15.3. Its redshift of 8,443 kilometers per second, marking its recession into the expanding fabric of space. Beside it, HCG 87b, another lenticular with a ring structure, echoes this motion at 8,740 kilometers per second, while the barred spiral HCG 87c and the late-type spiral HCG 87d complete the ensemble, their velocities hinting at the dynamic tensions within. These galaxies do not coexist in peace. Instead, they entwine in a slow-motion collision. Their arms, distorted by tidal forces that strip gas and stars, igniting bursts of new formation. Two active galactic nuclei blaze at the cores of these members. Supermassive black holes devouring matter and spewing energy, while starburst regions erupt in brilliant nurseries of infant stars. Picture the scene: vast spiral arms unraveling like threads pulled from a cosmic loom, gas clouds compressing into incandescent knots where gravity's embrace births new suns from the debris of old. This is destruction as Genesis, a paradox where the violent merger of galaxies' tails streaming across the void fuels. Observations from the Hubble Space Telescope, captured in the late 1990s, reveal this intricate dance, showing how such interactions accelerate evolution, compressing billions of years of change into mere millions. In HCG 87, Capricornus frames a narrative of renewal through ruin, where the universe recycles its own chaos, philosophically underscoring that true stability arises not from isolation, but from the crucible of conflict. Elsewhere in this galactic backdrop, other interactions whisper similar tales. NGC 6907, a barred spiral galaxy 140 million light-years distant, stretches its arms in the Capricornus field, its structure hinting at past encounters that have warped its form. Though not as compact as HCG 87, its barred core and extended disk suggest gravitational perturbations from neighbors, sparking star formation in rippling waves. Even more evocative are the colliding pair discovered in the 1800s, now revealed as merging galaxies whose union blurs the boundaries between entities, birthing hybrid structures from mutual annihilation. These cosmic collisions, veiled behind the stars of Capricornus, build suspense in the observer's mind. If galaxies, the building blocks of the universe, thrive through such destructive intimacy, what does this reveal about the fragility of cosmic order? The mystery escalates, for in these distant realms, destruction is not an end, but a prelude to rebirth, a reflective meditation on the cyclical nature of existence itself. In the vast tapestry of the night sky, where stars burn as silent sentinels of eternity, the constellation of Capricornus emerges a faint, unassuming figure etched against the cosmic canvas, a creature of paradox, half goat, half fish, where the Milky Way's gossamer veil thins to reveal the universe's deeper truths. To the untrained eye, Capricornus is a mere scattering of dim stars. Yet, within its subtle form lies a profound allegory, a celestial cipher that whispers of the universe's dual natures, ceaseless interplay of order and chaos. matter and energy, creation and destruction. This is no mere cluster of stars, but a mirror held up to the cosmos itself, reflecting the eternal dialogue between opposites that shapes existence. Capricornus, known to ancient seers as the sea goat, has long captivated humanity's imagination. To the Babylonians, it was Enki, the god of wisdom and waters, a deity who bridged the earthly and the divine. To the Greeks, it was Pan, leaping into the Nile to escape a monstrous foe. His form split between terrestrial ambition and aquatic surrender. This hybrid creature, neither fully beast nor fish, embodies a truth astronomers and philosophers alike have chased through the ages. The universe thrives on duality, a delicate balance of forces that seem irreconcilable yet are irrevocably entwined. As telescopes peer into the heavens and equations map the unseen, Capricornus stands as a symbol of this cosmic tension. Its stars, a quiet chorus singing of cycles, collisions, and the slow waltz of celestial mechanics. At the heart of this constellation's story lies the phenomenon of stellar variability, a rhythm as old as the stars themselves. Stars are not the static lanterns of poetic fancy, but dynamic engines of fusion, their cores roiling with the alchemy of hydrogen into helium. This process, governed by the unyielding laws of physics, is no steady hum, but a symphony of fluctuations. Stars pulse, dim, and flare, their brightness waxing and waning in cycles that span days or millennia. In Capricornus, stars like Delta Capricorni, known as Deneb Algidi, exhibit such variability, its light subtly shifting as its outer layers expand and contract. Observations from NASA's Kepler mission have revealed that such stars are not solitary in their dance. Many exist in binary systems, locked in gravitational embraces with unseen partners. These pairs, orbiting one another in intricate patterns, tug and pull, their mutual influence altering their brightness in ways that betray their hidden companions. In this celestial pas de deux, the universe reveals a truth. Even stars, those titans of light, are shaped by relationships, their fates intertwined across vast distances beyond the individual stars. Capricornus resides in a region of the sky that bears witness to the grander machinery of the cosmos. Galactic collisions, the cataclysmic embraces that forged new worlds. The universe, as astronomers have learned through simulations and deep space observations, is a place of relentless dynamism. Galaxies, those island universes of billions of stars, do not drift in isolation, but collide and merge, their gravitational tides ripping and reshaping one another. The Milky Way itself, our galactic home, bears the scars of such encounters. Its outer reaches, warped by past mergers with smaller galaxies. In the direction of Capricornus, the sky opens to a vista where such cosmic dramas unfold. The constellation lies near the ecliptic, where the plane of our solar system intersects with the broader galactic plane, offering a window into the turbulent history of the cosmos. These collisions are not mere destruction, but engines of creation, triggering bursts of star formation as gas clouds compress under gravitational strain. From chaos, order is born. From destruction, new stars ignite. Capricornus, with its hybrid form, seems to embody this paradoxa, creature born of earth and sea, gazing upon a universe where opposites collide to create the earth itself. A fragile speck within this cosmic theater participates in its own subtle negotiation with the heavens. Precession, the slow wobble of the planet's axis, shifts the positions of the stars over millennia, a cycle spanning roughly 26,000 years. This gentle drift, driven by the gravitational tugs of the sun and moon, alters the backdrop of constellations like Capricornus, reshaping the night sky as seen by generations past and future. Once, the stars of Capricornus marked the winter solstice, a celestial pivot point for ancient cultures who wove its presence into their myths and calendars. Today, the solstice has drifted to Sagittarius, but Capricornus remains a quiet witness to this cosmic rhythm. Its stars, a reminder of the universe's patient, cyclical nature. Like the sea goat itself, Earth straddles duality's stability and change, permanence and flux its axis, tracing a slow circle through the heavens. A dialogue with the stars that unfolds across eons. This interplay of opposites extends to the very fabric of reality. Quantum mechanics, that strange and wondrous realm unveiled by 20th century physics, reveals a universe where particles are also waves, where matter and energy blur into one another. In the stars of Capricornus, this duality finds a distant echo. The light from Deneb Algedy, traveling across 39 light-years to reach Earth, carries the signature of both particle and wave, its photons oscillating in patterns that defy simple categorization. The universe, it seems, delights in such ambiguities. Even on the grandest scales, galactic structures hint at fractal patterns, self-similar forms that repeat across scales. From the spiral arms of galaxies to the delicate filaments of cosmic webs. In the region of Capricornus, where the Milky Way's disk gives way to the void beyond, astronomers have traced such patterns, their simulations revealing how gravity sculpts chaos into order, only for entropy to unravel it once more. The sea goat, with its split form, seems a fitting emblem for this cosmic dance. Its stars, a quiet testament to the universe's love of paradox. What then does Capricornus ask of those who gaze upon it? It is a question that bridges astronomy and philosophy, science and wonder. The constellation, modest in its luster, invites reflection on the nature of existence itself. Is the universe a conversation between opposites, a dialogue etched in starlight and gravity? The ancients saw in Capricornus a creature of transformation, a being that could climb mountains and swim oceans. Modern science, with its telescopes and equations, sees a universe similarly poised between extremes, between the fiery birth of stars and the cold expanse of the void, between the order of orbits and the chaos of collisions. Perhaps the truth lies in this tension, in the balance that neither side ever fully wins. The universe, like the sea-goat, is neither one thing nor another, but a synthesis, a becoming dot, as the stars of Capricornus rise in the autumn sky. They cast their faint light upon a world that continues to seek meaning in the heavens. The constellation's dim glow belies its profundity, for within its boundaries lies a microcosm of the universe's story. Stellar variability speaks of cycles within cycles, a heartbeat of light that echoes across light years. Galactic collisions remind us that creation is born from upheaval, that the universe is a crucible of change. Precession ties Earth to the stars, a slow dance that binds the fleeting to the eternal. And in the speculative mirror of Capricornus, humanity glimpses a deeper truth. The universe is a place of dualities, of opposites that do not cancel but complete one another. Matter and energy, order and chaos, particle and wave, these are the threads from which the cosmic tapestry is woven to stand beneath. Capricornus is to stand at the edge of understanding, where science and philosophy converge. The stars do not offer answers, but they pose questions that linger in the silence of the night. What is the universe, if not a conversation between forces that seem at odds yet cannot exist apart? In the faint outline of the sea-goat, the cosmos whispers its reply, a story of balance, of tension, of a universe forever caught in the act of becoming. And so, Capricornus endures, a quiet sentinel in the sky. Its stars, a reminder that the greatest mysteries are those that embrace both earth and sea, both the known and the unknown in a single, unbroken breath. In the shadowed expanse where Capricornus etches its faint silhouette against the eternal night, humanity's quest to unravel the constellations' hidden dialogues unfolds through instruments of profound ingenuity. These tools, forged from the alloy of curiosity and precision, extend our gaze beyond the veil, probing the spirals of galaxies, the rhythms of stars, and the whispers of distant worlds. They are not mere machines, but extensions of the human spirit, bridges spanning the chasm between earthbound wonder and celestial truth. As the sea goat's mythic form evokes a conversation between realms, so too do these observatories facilitate an exchange between the gravitational symphony of the cosmos and the interpretive minds below. In this chapter of cosmic inquiry, the narrative shifts from revelation to investigation, where each observation builds suspense, layer upon layer, toward an unsettling harmony. Realization that the universe's laws are tested and refined in this overlooked domain. Consider, first, the venerable space telescope that has long pierced the heavens with unyielding clarity, capturing light that has journeyed across vast epochs to reach us, orbiting high above the atmospheric haze. This instrument has turned its eye toward the barred spiral galaxy nestled within Capricornus, a colossal structure some 120 million light-years distant. Its images reveal a canvas of asymmetry, where one arm extends with unusual prominence, hinting at an ancient gravitational tango with a compact companion. This lenticular intruder, once mistaken for a mere bulge in the spiral's form, now stands exposed as a separate entity, their merger advanced yet incomplete. Tidal forces have drawn forth bridges of hydrogen gas, ethereal threads spanning the void, where new stars ignite in bursts of creation. Amid the disruption, these observations, gathered through filters that isolate wavelengths of light, unveil the galaxy's restless Harta central bar, channeling material inward, fueling the growth of a supermassive void at its core. The telescope's resolution captures the subtle distortions, dust lanes twisted like forgotten scrolls, star-forming regions glowing with the fire of nascent suns. Philosophically, one reflects on the patience required. The light we behold departed its source when dinosaurs roamed our world, a delayed message across time's expanse. Speculatively, such mergers may accelerate the evolution of these cosmic behemoths, redistributing mass and energy in ways that echo the myth's transformative leap from separate forms to unified essence. In Capricornus, galactic embrace serves as a laboratory for understanding how gravity orchestrates renewal, where collision begets not annihilation, but a richer tapestry. The instrument's archives, brimming with such portraits, build a suspenseful narrative, each frame a clue to the dialogue between matter's pull and the void's resistance, challenging our models of cosmic architecture. Yet, as profound as these revelations are, a newer sentinel in the void has assumed the mantle, its infrared vision delving deeper into the obscured realms, launched to succeed its predecessor. This space telescope peers through the dust that shrouds infant stars and distant mergers, revealing details invisible to optical eyes. In the direction of Capricornus, it has begun to map populations of galaxies that drive profound changes in the early universe, identifying clusters where small, vigorous systems reshape their surroundings. Though specific captures of the barred spiral remain nascent as of this era, the telescope's programs, such as those uncovering dozens of compact galaxies in cosmic renovations, promise to illuminate similar interactions within this constellation. Imagine the suspense in awaiting its gaze upon the merging pair. Infrared glows exposing hidden starbursts, where gas, compressed by gravitational whispers, births generations anew. This instrument's prowess lies in its ability to dissect atmospheres and structures at unprecedented scales, capturing the faint heat signatures of processes long concealed. In broader surveys, it has revisited fields rich with thousands of galaxies, many as they appeared in the universe's infancy. Their forms twisted by mergers akin to those in Capricornus. One envisions the barred spiral under its scrutiny, the central black hole's accretion disk flaring in mid-infrared, revealing feedback loops where energy outflows regulate star formation, a delicate balance between creation and quiescence. Speculatively, credible interpretations suggest these observations could confirm theories of hierarchical growth, where smaller galaxies mirroring the sea goat's hybrid birth from crisis. The philosophical undercurrent deepens. The telescope not only observes, but interprets the universe's ongoing testing, where each wavelength decoded adds to the conversation between heaven's vastness and Earth's finite grasp. As data accumulates, the mystery intensifies. Faint signals from behind the constellations, stars hint at even remoter realms, their light redshifted by expansion, a cosmic echo of separation and reunion, shifting from the grand scale to the stellar intricacies. A spacecraft dedicated to charting the galaxy's three-dimensional map has revolutionized our understanding of motions within Capricornus. This mission, with its unblinking stare, measures the subtle shifts in star positions, deriving distances and velocities with exquisite accuracy. At the forefront stands the constellation's brightest luminary, a binary system 39 light-years distant, where a white giant and its subgiant companion orbit in tight embrace. The spacecraft's data refines the parallaxa, geometric whisper of proximity, nearness, and unveiling proper motions that trace its path through the Milky Way. These measurements reveal the star's velocity components, radial speeds along our line of sight, tangential drifts across the sky, painting a portrait of dynamic equilibrium. The primary star's pulsations, overlaid on the binary's eclipses, find context in this kinematic framework. Gravitational interactions with faint outer companions perturb the orbits, their influences quantified in minute arcs. Suspense builds in the data's precision. Variations in timing suggest magnetic cycles or mass transfers, where material flows between partners, altering luminosities in rhythmic dialogue. Philosophically, one contemplates the resonance the spacecraft senses, echoes the myth's mediation, mapping how stars converse through gravity's language, their paths precessing over millennia, like the slow turn of seasons. Speculatively, these observations test models of stellar evolution, where multiplicity fosters longevity, the system's stability, a testament to balanced exchanges. In Capricornus, this stellar family becomes a microcosm, its motions a gravitational cycle mirroring broader cosmic rhythms, inviting reflection on our own place in the galactic dance, venturing into the realm of hidden worlds. Missions designed to detect planetary shadows and wobbles have unveiled systems orbiting stars within this faint arrowhead. One such satellite, scanning the sky for transits, those fleeting dims when planets cross their host's face, has catalogued thousands of candidates, hundreds confirmed as worlds by 2025. In Capricornus, it probes sun-like stars, revealing super-Earths and gas giants that challenge formation paradigms. Consider a system where a rocky behemoth, denser than our own planet, hugs its star in a scorching orbit, its sibling, a Neptune-like wanderer farther out. These detections, refined by velocity tugs on the host, expose eccentric paths and inflated atmospheres, where stellar radiation puffs gaseous envelopes like sails in cosmic winds. Complementing this, the infrared space telescope joins the hunt. Its spectroscopy dissecting planetary airs for signs of composition, vapors of rock or metallic rains on hot Jupiters. In one Capricornus star, a super-Jupiter whips around in years, its ellipse a scar of dynamical upheaval, perhaps from scattered siblings or disk migrations. The suspense lies in the unfolding catalogue, each transit a build-up to confirmation, each spectrum a revelation of chemistry. A forthcoming observatory, poised for launch in the late 2020s, promises even finer probes, wide-field surveys capturing fainter hosts, potentially unveiling temperate worlds in habitable zones. Speculatively, these planets embody credible extensions of theory, cores forged in collisions, atmospheres stripped by flares, fostering exotic evolutions that parallel the myth's transformative duality. Philosophically, the dialogue emerges planets as intermediaries, gravity's cycles binding them to stars, time's passage etching their fates. In this constellation, the missions test the universality of formation, where chaos yields order, inviting profound reflection on life's potential amid the void. Yet, the inquiry draws an intriguing parallel from our own world, where Earth's subtle wobbles linked to gravitational cycles echoed in astrophysics. The planet's axial precession slow gyration of its spin axis over 26,000 years rises from the sun and moon's pull on the equatorial bulge, a torque that shifts solstices across the zodiac. This terrestrial rhythm finds analogy in stellar systems, where binaries, precesses under mutual gravity, or accretion disks tilt in response to companions. Extending speculatively, one draws from particle realms, just as spins precesses in magnetic fields. Gravitational waves from merging voids might induce analogous shifts in cosmic scales, testing unified theories. In Capricornus, this cycle resonates the constellations, stars. Their motions mapped embody similar dialogues, where precession stabilizes or disrupts, a philosophical mirror to existence's impermanence. Deeper still, radio observatories attuned to faint whispers explore signals from galaxies in and beyond Capricornus. Arrays of antennas capture low-frequency emissions, unveiling active nuclei where black holes devour gas, broadcasting across the spectrum. In this region, extragalactic sources pulse with synchrotron glows, their faint arcs tracing magnetic fields amplified by mergers. Observations detect bridges of neutral hydrogen, relics of interactions like the barred spiral's embrace, where gas tails emit at 21 centimeters spectral line, probing cold matter's distribution. Suspense mounts in the data, transient bursts, perhaps from magnetars or fast radio events, hint at hidden violence behind the stars. Speculatively, these signals test models of cosmic magnetism, where fields mediate energy transfers, echoing the myth's conduit between depths and heights. Philosophically, the radio sky reveals the universe's unseen conversations, electromagnetic dialogues complementing gravity's pull, fostering reflection on the multifaceted nature of connection. Looking ahead, instruments of unprecedented scale promise to deepen this investigation. An optical giant with a mirror spanning nearly 40 meters nears completion in the southern deserts, its adaptive optics countering atmospheric blur to rival spaceborne clarity. This telescope will dissect the barred spiral's core, resolving individual star clusters and tracing merger dynamics in exquisite detail. Meanwhile, a vast radio array, distributed across continents with collecting area equivalent to a square kilometer, will map hydrogen distributions at cosmic dawn, probing faint signals from Capricornus's depths. Its interferometry will unveil protogalaxies, their emissions redshifted, testing theories of reionization. Together, these tools build toward a crescendo, enhanced resolutions unveiling planetary atmospheres, stellar interiors, and galactic evolutions. Speculatively, they may confirm speculative bridge quantum gravity echoes in precessional cycles, or biosignatures in exoplanetary airs. In reflection, Capricornus's mystery endures. Its faint light a call to ongoing testing, where humanity's tools facilitate the eternal dialogue between earth and heaven, matter and time. As the narrative lingers on these instruments, the immersion intensifies. The orbiting telescope's legacy images of the spiral galaxy capture not just form, but fluxolt, frylit bursts from young stars, optical gleams from mature ones, a temporal mosaic. Its successors' infrared unveilings in surveys encompassing Capricornus's field expose hidden populations, dwarf galaxies fueling mergers, their compact forms drivers of cosmic renovation. The mapping spacecraft's data on the binary star refines astrometric models, its pulsations timed 2 seconds, revealing mass loss winds that sculpt the system's future. Planetary hunts accumulate transits yielding densities, spectra hinting at water vapors or silicate clouds, speculative habitats where life might converse with its star. Earth's precession, a gravitational ballet, parallels astrophysical torques in pulsar binaries or black hole spins, an analogy bridging scales. Radio detections parse faint relics, polarized emissions tracing magnetic helices, bursts localizing to distant hosts. Future behemoths promise revolutions, the large mirror resolving exhumans, the array detecting primordial waves in synthesis. These tools embody the chapter's core, the ongoing testing of Capricornus's laboratories, where galaxies merge in gravitational embrace. Stars pulse in rhythmic exchange. Planets emerge in defiant formation. The myth's essence persists. Transformation as dialogue, tested through humanity's extensions. As observations accumulate, the philosophical weight settles this faint patch, once overlooked, now a forge where cosmic laws are probed, inviting eternal wonder. In the quiet expanse of the night sky, where stars murmur tales older than time, the constellation Capricornus gleams with understated grace. A faint assembly of light, it traces the form of a sea goat, an ancient emblem of Earth reaching toward the heavens, and the heavens bending to meet the Earth. Its stars, scattered across the celestial dome, burn with a subdued fire, visible yet elusive, as if whispering secrets meant only for those who pause to listen. In this final chapter, the narrative turns inward, reflecting on the eternal dialogue between the cosmos and those who dwell beneath it, a conversation woven into the fabric of existence, where humanity emerges not as a passive observer, but as an active voice in a symphony that spans eons. Capricornus, enduring through millennia, becomes a symbol of this interplay, a quiet mediator between the terrestrial and the celestial. Its light a thread in the tapestry of a universe that speaks and listens in equal measure. The stars of Capricornus, faint though they are, have guided human eyes for ages. In ancient Mesopotamia, the constellation was Enki, the god of wisdom and waters, whose dual nature bridged the depths of the earth with the vault of the sky. To the Greeks, it was Amalthea, the goat nurse of Zeus or Pan, leaping into the Nile to escape chaos, half earthly, half divine. Across cultures, its form evokes a creature of duality, rooted in the soil, yet yearning for the stars. This symbolism resonates deeply, for it mirrors the human condition, bound to the earth by gravity, yet lifted by curiosity to probe the heavens. The constellations, stars, Deneb Algedi, Debi Algedi shine with modest brilliance, their light traveling from distances of tens to hundreds of light years, as measured by precise astrometry from observatories like Gaia. These stars, a mix of yellow giants and white dwarfs, pulse with stories of their own. Some, like Deneb Algedi, host planets detected through radial velocity shifts, worlds that may harbor alien seas or barren stone, unseen yet imagined. Others, like Db, are binary systems, their mutual orbit, a dance of gravitational fidelity across millennia. In their faint glow, observed on crisp winter nights near the solstice, Capricornus offers no blinding spectacle, but a quiet insistency, reminder that meaning often lies in the subtle, in the spaces where light and shadow intertwine. This celestial emblem, poised at the horizon, frames a philosophical meditation. The earth and sky are not estranged, but entwined in a dialogue that shapes both. Humanity's role in this cosmic conversation is not one of passive reception, but of active participation. From the earliest stargazers who traced Capricornus with unaided eyes to modern astronomers, wielding telescopes that capture light across the electromagnetic spectrum, humans have built tools to amplify the universe's whispers. In observatories perched on mountaintops, from Mauna Kea to the Atacama, mirrors gather photons that left their stellar origins before civilizations rose. These instruments, born of ingenuity, translate the language of light into data, spectral lines revealing a star's composition, Doppler shifts betraying its motion, an exoplanet transits hinting at distant worlds. The Very Large Telescope, peering into Capricornus, discerns the chemical signatures of stars like Algedi, where calcium and iron absorb light in patterns as unique as fingerprints. Radio arrays, scanning in wavelengths invisible to the eye, detect molecular clouds in the constellation's backdrop, where new stars coalesced from gas enriched by ancient supernova. Even the subtle wobble of a star, measured through years of patient observation, unveils planets orbiting in silent harmony, their presence inferred from gravitational tugs. These tools, extensions of human curiosity, transform the sky from a distant tableau into a text that can be read, interpreted, and questioned. Yet, in this act of decoding, humanity does more than listen and responds. Each telescope, each equation, each hypothesis is a statement, a reaching out toward the cosmos, as if to say, we are here, we seek to understand. We too are part of this vast dialogue. This interplay between observer and observed evokes a deeper philosophical reflection, perhaps. The heavens and the earth are not separate realms, but facets of a single conversation unfolding through time. The universe, in its grandeur, does not merely exist, it communicates. Its light carries tales of creation, of elements forged in stellar cores, of galaxies spiraling through the void. The earth, in turn, replies through the minds that ponder it, the hands that craft lenses, the voices that weave stories from data. Consider the stars of Capricornus, their light, emitted long before humanity's dawn, reaches Earth now, in this moment, to be captured and analyzed. The calcium in their spectra, forged in the hearts of ancient stars, mirrors the calcium in bones that support the astronomers who study them. The iron in their atmospheres, born in supernova explosions, echoes the iron in blood that courses through those who gaze upward. This continuity, grounded in the nucleosynthesis models of stellar evolution, suggests a unity beyond the apparent divide. The universe speaks in light, in gravity, in the slow decay of isotopes. Humanity answers with questions, with instruments. With art, the dialogue is not one-sided, nor is it fleeting. It stretches across billions of years. From the Big Bang's first spark to the present, where minds on a small planet grapple with the immensity of it all. In Capricornus, this unity finds form, a constellation that blends earth and sky. Its faint stars, a reminder that even the quietest voices carry weight in the cosmic chorus. The emotional resonance of this reflection lies in its invitation to see humanity not as an outsider, but as an integral part of the universe's narrative. Capricornus, shimmering faintly at the solstice horizon, embodies this role. Its stars, though dim compared to Orion's blaze or the Pleiades' radiance, endure through their subtlety, visible to those who seek them out. In ancient times, the winter solstice, when Capricornus rides low in the sky, marked a turning point, the moment when days began to lengthen, a symbol of renewal woven into human rituals. Today, astronomers observe its stars with tools unimaginable to those early watchers. Yet, the impulse remains the same: to connect, to understand, to find meaning in the patterns above. The constellation's faintness is its strength, a quiet challenge to look deeper, to recognize that the universe's grandeur lies not only in its brightest spectacles, but in its enduring whispers. In this, Capricornus becomes a metaphor for humanity's place, not the loudest voice, nor the most luminous, but persistent, curious, and integral to the whole. The dialogue between heaven and earth, mediated by these faint stars, is eternal. A conversation where humanity is both question and answer, seeker and seer. As the narrative draws to a close, the image of Capricornus lingers. It stars a delicate tracery against the velvet night. At the solstice, when the earth tilts and the seasons shift, the constellation hovers at the horizon, a bridge between worlds. Its light, faint yet resolute, speaks of distances crossed, of time transcended, of a universe that enfolds both the ephemeral and the eternal. The sea goat, emblem of ascent and descent, of Earth's roots and sky's aspirations, stands as a silent mediator, its form etched into the cosmos as if to affirm that all things are connected. In this final tableau, the stars of Capricornus shimmer not with the fire of impending cataclysm, but with the quiet promise of continuity. They whisper that the dialogue endures through the rise and fall of stars, through the questions posed by minds on a fleeting planet, through the infinite unfolding of a universe that speaks, listens, and dreams. Humanity, in its striving, in its tools and tales, joins this cosmic conversation. A voice among countless others, yet uniquely its own. And as Capricornus gleams, eternal yet understated, it reminds all who gaze upon it that the story is never finished, the questions never fully answered, the dialogue forever alive in the fabric of the cosmos.